7 signs your physical activity levels predict your future mobility. In your teens and 20s, staying physically active is more than just a way to look good or feel energized. It's an investment in your future mobility and independence. The habits you build now can strengthen your body, prevent chronic conditions, and ensure you move with ease well into later life. But a sedentary lifestyle can quietly set the stage for limited mobility, frailty, and health challenges down the road. Your body sends clear signals about whether your activity levels are supporting or undermining your long-term physical freedom. Some young adults breeze through daily tasks with stamina and strength, while others struggle with short walks, stiffness, or low motivation to move. The difference lies in recognizing 7 key signs that, according to guidelines from the World Health Organization, WHO, and the American College of Sports Medicine, ACSM, reveal how your physical activity levels predict your future mobility. These signs are grounded in science, observed by researchers studying how movement shapes lifelong health. By the end of this article, you'll know exactly what to watch for in your own body, why these signs matter, and what practical steps you can take to stay active and secure your mobility for decades to come. Stay with us until the end, because you might be overlooking small habits that could have a big impact on your future. Once you understand these signs, you'll have a clear path to move confidently through life. Let's get started. Sign 1. Low stamina. One of the most telling signs that your physical activity levels may predict limited future mobility is low stamina, particularly if you struggle with short walks or light activities. According to a 2021 WHO report, poor aerobic health, marked by breathlessness or fatigue during minimal exertion, indicates a lack of cardiovascular fitness, which is critical for long-term mobility. If you find yourself winded after walking a few blocks or climbing a flight of stairs, your body may be signaling insufficient activity. Picture 2 classmates, Zoe and Ethan, both 19. Zoe gets out of breath walking to class, often stopping to rest, and assumes she's just out of shape. Ethan, however, walks briskly across campus without tiring, thanks to regular jogging. Zoe's low stamina could reflect a sedentary lifestyle, increasing her risk of heart disease and reduced mobility later, while Ethan's endurance suggests his activity levels support future physical freedom. Low stamina isn't just a temporary issue. It can lead to a cycle of inactivity that weakens muscles and joints over time. To build stamina, aim for 150 minutes of moderate aerobic exercise weekly, like brisk walking or cycling, as recommended by WHO. Start small with 10-minute walks and gradually increase intensity. Avoid overexertion, which can discourage consistency. If breathlessness persists, don't ignore it. Consult a doctor to rule out conditions like asthma. Reflect on your day. Do you have the stamina for light activities, or are you tiring quickly? Boosting your endurance now lays the foundation for lifelong mobility. Sign 2. Muscle weakness. Difficulty carrying bags, lifting objects, or performing strength-based tasks is a clear sign that your physical activity levels could limit your future mobility. A 2020 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that low muscle mass, often due to inactivity, is linked to frailty and reduced functional ability in later life. If you struggle with everyday tasks like carrying groceries or feel weak during physical activities, your muscles may not be getting the stimulation they need. Consider 2 roommates, Mia and Liam, both 22. Mia finds it hard to carry her laundry basket up the stairs, often needing breaks, and assumes it's normal. Liam, however, lifts his bags easily and feels strong, thanks to weekly gym sessions. Mia's muscle weakness could indicate a lack of strength training, increasing her risk of falls and frailty later, while Liam's strength suggests his activity levels support long-term mobility. Muscle weakness isn't just about struggling now. It reduces your ability to stay independent as you age. To build strength, incorporate resistance training 2 to 3 times weekly, using bodyweight exercises like push-ups or light dumbbells, as per ACSM guidelines. Eat protein-rich foods like eggs or lentils, aiming for 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. If weakness is noticeable, don't dismiss it. Work with a trainer or physical therapist to assess your strength. Ask yourself, do you feel strong during tasks, or are you struggling? Strengthening muscles now ensures mobility later. If you're finding this article helpful, comment, Number 2. Below to let me know you're here, and consider subscribing for more health insights. Sign 3. Poor flexibility. If you feel stiff or struggle to move comfortably during stretching or daily activities, poor flexibility is a warning sign that your physical activity levels may predict limited future mobility. The ACSM's 2022 guidelines highlight that limited flexibility increases the risk of injuries and restricts joint range of motion, which can impair mobility over time. If reaching down to tie your shoes or stretching your arms feels challenging, your body may be losing its suppleness due to inactivity. Imagine two friends, Ava and Noah, both 24. Ava feels stiff when she tries to touch her toes, avoiding stretches because they're uncomfortable, and assumes it's just her body. Noah, however, stretches daily after runs and moves fluidly. Ava's poor flexibility could lead to muscle imbalances and joint issues, while Noah's limber body suggests his activity supports long-term mobility. Poor flexibility isn't just a minor issue. It can lead to strains, falls, and reduced physical function as you age. To improve flexibility, incorporate stretching or yoga 2 to 3 times weekly, holding each stretch for 15 to 30 seconds, focusing on major muscle groups like hamstrings and shoulders. Avoid bouncing during stretches, which can cause injury. If stiffness persists, don't ignore it. Consult a physical therapist for a flexibility assessment. Reflect on your movements. Are you flexible and mobile or feeling stiff? Improving flexibility now keeps your joints ready for life. If you're still with me, comment number 3 below and subscribe to stay updated. Sign 4. Frequent sitting. Spending over 8 hours a day sitting, whether at a desk, on the couch, or scrolling on your phone, is a critical sign that your physical activity levels could limit your future mobility. A 2021 study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that prolonged sitting raises the risk of obesity, muscle loss, and cardiovascular issues, all of which impair mobility over time. If you're mostly sedentary, with minimal breaks to move, your body may be losing the strength and endurance needed for long-term physical freedom. Picture two co-workers, Sophie and Ryan, both 21. Sophie sits for hours studying or gaming, rarely standing, and feels sluggish. Ryan, however, takes breaks to walk or stretch every hour and stays active outside work. Sophie's frequent sitting could weaken her muscles and metabolism, increasing her risk of mobility issues, while Ryan's movement supports his future agility. Excessive sitting isn't just a habit. It's a health risk as serious as smoking, reducing muscle function and joint health. To reduce sitting, stand or walk for 2 to 3 minutes every hour. Use a standing desk if possible, and aim for 150 minutes of weekly exercise. Avoid marathon sitting sessions by setting reminders to move. If you're sedentary most of the day, don't assume it's harmless. Track your sitting time and consult a doctor if you notice stiffness or fatigue. Ask yourself, are you moving regularly or sitting for hours? Breaking the sitting cycle now preserves your mobility. If this resonates, comment number 4 below to share your following along. Sign 5. Slow reflexes. Delayed reactions or slow reflexes during activities, like catching a ball or avoiding obstacles, are a subtle but important sign that your physical activity levels may predict reduced future mobility. A 2019 study in sports medicine showed that poor coordination and slow reflexes, often due to inactivity, are linked to a higher risk of falls and injuries later in life. If you're noticing clumsiness, tripping more often, or slower responses in dynamic situations, your nervous system and muscles may not be getting enough stimulation. Consider two classmates, Emma and Lucas, both 20. Emma struggles to react quickly when a friend tosses her a water bottle, often fumbling, and laughs it off. Lucas, however, catches items easily and moves confidently, thanks to regular sports. Emma's slow reflexes could indicate poor neuromuscular coordination, increasing her fall risk later, while Lucas's quick responses suggest his activity supports mobility. Slow reflexes aren't just awkward, they can lead to accidents and signal declining physical function. To sharpen reflexes, engage in activities like dancing, tennis, or agility drills 2 to 3 times weekly to boost coordination. Practice balance exercises, like standing on one leg, to enhance stability. If clumsiness is frequent, don't dismiss it. Work with a coach or therapist to assess coordination. Reflect on your reactions. Are you quick and coordinated, or slower than before? Training reflexes now ensures agility later. If you're still reading, comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. Sign 6, joint pain. Experiencing discomfort or pain in your joints during movement, such as walking, climbing stairs, or exercising, is a serious sign that your physical activity levels could limit your future mobility. According to the Arthritis Foundation's 2023 guidelines, joint pain in young adults may indicate early wear and tear or conditions like arthritis, often exacerbated by inactivity or improper movement. If your knees, hips, or shoulders ache regularly, your joints may be under strain. Imagine two friends, Lily and Max, both 25. Lily feels knee pain after short runs, avoiding exercise because it hurts, and assumes it's temporary. Max, however, moves pain-free, thanks to regular strength training and stretching. Lily's joint pain could signal weak supporting muscles or early arthritis, threatening her mobility, while Max's healthy joints suggest his activity protects them. Joint pain isn't just a barrier to exercise. It can lead to chronic conditions and reduced function if ignored. To ease joint pain, strengthen surrounding muscles with low-impact exercises like swimming or yoga, and maintain a healthy weight to reduce joint stress. Avoid high-impact activities without proper warm-ups. If pain persists, don't ignore it. See a doctor for imaging or an arthritis evaluation. Ask yourself, are your joints comfortable or aching during movement? Supporting joints now preserves mobility. If this strikes a chord, comment number 6 below to share your following along. Sign 7. Low motivation for exercise. A lack of motivation to exercise or consistently avoiding physical activity is a critical sign that your physical activity levels may predict limited future mobility. A 2020 study in health psychology found that low exercise motivation in young adults predicts long-term inactivity, which weakens muscles, joints, and cardiovascular health. If you dread working out, make excuses to skip it, or feel indifferent about moving, your habits may be setting you up for mobility challenges. Picture two neighbors, Chloe and Finn, both 23. Chloe avoids exercise, finding it boring, and prefers streaming shows over moving. Finn, however, loves his weekly soccer games and feels energized by activity. Chloe's low motivation could lead to a sedentary lifestyle, increasing her risk of frailty, while Finn's enthusiasm supports lifelong mobility. Low motivation isn't just a mindset. It builds habits that erode physical capacity over time. To boost motivation, find activities you enjoy, like dancing or hiking, and set small goals, like 10-minute workouts. Exercise with friends to make it social, and track progress to stay engaged. If avoidance persists, don't assume it's laziness. Talk to a therapist to explore barriers like depression. Ask yourself, are you excited to move, or avoiding exercise? Finding joy in activity now secures your future mobility. If you're still with me, comment number 7 below, and subscribe for more tips. Final thoughts. Now that you've explored these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect on your physical activity levels. Are you moving with stamina, strength, flexibility, and quick reflexes? Or are you noticing low endurance, weakness, stiffness, or reluctance to exercise? These aren't just temporary issues. They're signals that your current habits predict your future mobility. The good news is that you can take control today. Aim for 150 minutes of weekly exercise, blending cardio, strength, and flexibility, as recommended by WHO and ACSM. Find activities you love. Eat a balanced diet to support muscles and joints, and break the sitting habit with regular movement. Small changes, like taking daily walks, stretching before bed, or joining a sports team, can build a foundation for lifelong physical freedom. Don't wait for pain or weakness to force a change. If you're concerned, see a doctor or physical therapist for a fitness assessment or to address joint issues. Your body is built to move, and the effort you put in now will keep you active and independent for decades. If you found this article valuable, comment final thoughts below, and subscribe for more tips to thrive in your teens and 20s.